you have themes in your life? Things that run from job to job? I counted before, it's pretty clever, 11 jobs I reckon I've had over my career. I say that I've got a kaleidoscopic career. So I've had 11 jobs, and in every single one of them, there have been two constants, two themes, food and photography. And it continues even now. I'm hearing those beautiful sounds of your birds in the background there, Roz.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah. I'm very well. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What is your first piece of random shit in your house?
So I have two collections that I want to share today, if that's okay. I won't take up too much time. So my first collection stems right back to my childhood when I was a little girl growing up on a farm, and we grew up in at the homestead, and my grandparents were in the original homestead. So that home now would be probably 120 years old, I would imagine now.
Wow.
And a beautiful old home. So my grandmother had a beautiful collection of china, pieces of china and crystal, and little plates and really interesting little things that I used to look at longingly when I was a little girl into her cupboard, and remember her pulling down those little old hutches, and she'd pull down that little thing and have her tea set in there, and it had the lead light and the sort of glass. So I have these vivid memories of my grandmother, and so she gave me a lot of those beautiful pieces that are absolutely priceless to me, but I think some of these would be real rarities now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share them with you. This is a gorgeous little, can you see that?
I can. That is very beautiful.
It's made in England.
Yes,
so,
a butter dish.
It's like a butter dish, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous.
That would be very old. It's very crazed, and it's just divine. And I love this. This is really interesting. This is a beautiful, I think it's a cheese house.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is so beautiful.
So this is hang on, there's the front door. There. So they're just beautiful little pieces that I treasure with all my heart because they are my grandma's.
Yeah.
And they're bright. Goodness only knows where she got them from. Look at this divine little set.
Oh, yeah, that's gorgeous too.
Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful. And I remember, and a little plate, but also I still have to this day from my grandmother, this envelope has a letter for my birthday, my 8th birthday.
Wow.
And so here's the letter inside. It's from my grandma. I literally have the first dollar I ever had.
Oh, that's fantastic. How beautiful is that?
$1 note that Grandma gave me for my birthday, my 8th birthday. And here it is, still tucked away in this beautiful little note that she gave me for my birthday.
That's beautiful, Roz. What a lovely thing to have.
Yeah.
Do you use the china at all? Have you taken it out and had a tea party?
I actually have it in my beautiful display cabinet, and normally it's not the sort of thing that I would buy myself, but it's special to me, so I have it in my beautiful display cabinet.
That's gorgeous.
I have 2 doors that have all the special things that, the children's collections, their first tooth and all those sorts of things. So it's just 2 glass doors, and it's all showcased every day so we can remember all our beautiful, backstories.
Yeah, I love that. Mm-hmm. I have similar. So my old china is also in a display cabinet, and we get to see it every day too. That's gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, so my first piece is bizarre. So what it's a Dymo label writer 400 Turbo, and it seems to be a little bit, well, it's completely random, and we probably shouldn't still have it, but what it represents was a change in my career. And not that you'd know, Robin, go and buy a label writer and suddenly your career changes, but it really represents a shift from what we did with the Holiday Lifestyle Cookbook and all of the stuff that we did with that, to being the organiser for the state conference of the organic producers of Queensland at the time, and that was in 2006, I think. And it was one of those shifting moments where you're headed along down this road, and then all of a sudden you've been given this opportunity. I was given this opportunity to be an event organiser, and away I went in a completely different direction. It was amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
Overhead little things.
Yep, just such fun. Such fun it was.
No.
Traumatic at the same time. I learnt a lot of lessons, I can tell you right now. There's lifelong lessons. What's your second piece?
So my second piece, I have, it's a two-piece collection.
Yes.
So the first one is this beautiful grand old dame. Can you see it?
Yes, that's glorious.
An acoustic upright piano. It was an old pianola.
Wow.
It was made in Germany. It's from German walnut.
I was going to say it looks like walnut.
Yep. It's a bit out of tune. But that beautiful, this is just, I got this as a present from my parents when I was 15.
Wow, Roz, that's magnificent, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's and it's, I learned classical music and up to about level 6, grade 6. I used to teach music in the country.
Yes.
I think I made my first performance when I was about 5 years old on stage.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What did you play? Do you remember what you played?
I've got a few tunes that I still remember, but I only play for myself now. I don't, sort of get up on stage but yes. And this is my second little piece. I have to go for a wander.
Yes, please take us for a walk.
We're in my music room, and this is my other one.
Oh, wow.
Which is an electric piano.
Okay.
So I can do both. So, we can play duets and so I tingle away here, and that's how I stay calm.
Oh, that's a lovely thing to do.
That's my second random piece.
Yeah. How fabulous.
Back up on here.
Yeah. That's wonderful. It's so nice to have music in your life, isn't it?
Well, it is actually. It's a real, it just centres me and calms me. It's a funny thing. I haven't played properly, probably for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm just starting to feel I want to play again. I think, the busyness of life, it just gets in the way. Life just gets in the way.
Yes.
And I'm just feeling like I want to sort of get back and just spend that time. It's just so therapeutic. I can get lost just in playing. And, so it's a beautiful part. I think I started learning when I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, as soon as I was reading. And I remember going back to my grandmother's house. She had a beautiful piano, and we used to go down to the original homestead, and she'd be playing beautiful pieces like Sweet By and By. I can still hear them. I've still got some of her music, I think, as well, which is just a real treasure. And my sister and I used to play duets together. It's just something that just transports you back to another time, and it's certainly a wonderful treasure to have music in your life.
It is. That's a beautiful thing, Roz. What a lovely story. Now, my second piece is a watch.
Oh,
I bought this. It's a lovely watch. I really love it. It's got stars and moons and all of that kind of stuff swirling around in it. And I bought it after my dad died. So my mum died in 1980, so it'll be 40 years this year. And my dad died in 1984. And I was 21 at the time. And I'd never had a watch. And so when he died intestate. Can I just say something here? On this camera? Have you written your will? Write a will. Don't die without writing a will. Seriously, I can tell you a story about that, but I won't. So once his messy estate was sorted, I went and bought myself this beautiful watch, and it hasn't worked for a long time, and I should probably take it to a watchmaker. But it was beautiful because every time I wore it, and I wore it all of the time, it felt like I had my dad with me.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was such a lovely thing, and I love my dad so much, and I miss him still. And I found it the other day when I was just rummaging through a jewellery box, and I thought, oh my God, I can't believe that I've forgotten about this beautiful watch. So that's my second piece.
Oh, isn't it amazing how those, they're so sentimental pieces are just, they probably have no value to anyone else, but they mean everything to you.
Yes.
And it's just a connection, isn't it, to to a memory or to a nice experience, or and they're the real treasures in life, aren't they? And we should never lose those beautiful memories and treasures.
That's exactly right. And capturing those stories. Mm-hmm. So when my long-suffering sons inherit all of my random shit, there'll be a story that goes with it. So the significance of it travels a lot.
I'm really interested in my family's history. Recently been sort of going and having a look into, some of my family where I grew up were pioneers. They're classified as pioneers of that area. Yeah, so northwest of this area.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Beautiful area.
Yeah, well, maybe we can get together and compare notes sometime, because I also have a very large extended family who were early in the area that they settled in as well.
And where was that?
That was in the Nambucca, a little place called Misaboti, which is inland from Nambucca. Yeah, gorgeous.
Fascinating stuff.
It is fascinating, yeah. All right, Roz, thank you so much. So nice to meet you after all these years of working in similar areas, and I've long admired your work. It's wonderful.
Thank you, and you too, and yours. I love your Red Couch series. I've watched some of those, and different personalities from the Sunshine Coast, and so it's been a real pleasure to catch up with you today. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, thanks, Roz. I'm getting this information from the control room. Are you asking me to... Oh, okay. Hang on a tick. Roz, we've got a request from the control room. Would you play a little bit of the piano to lead us out?
Oh, gosh.
Would you like to do that?
The old acoustic?
Whichever one you'd like to.
I am very rusty.
That's okay. Because you're not... That's beautiful. Thanks, Roz.
My pleasure.
That's it. Thank you. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Come back, we'll be here. We won't be here on the weekend. So Friday and then Monday. Have a good night. Yes, that's a wrap. Yeah, well done.
All right, thanks, Robin.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
Bye.